Cool. So what is happening here is what's going on. Okay.
Yep. So just as an overview, my name is Brian Hormers. I'm with the University of Sioux Falls, and today I've got Emily Glatt with the O'Gorman School District, and she's going to be talking about immunizations, and that's going to come up on Wednesday. So
Yeah,
further ado.
it's coming Wednesday. So yes, thank you, Professor Hormers. I appreciate your time today. My name is Emily Glatt, and I am a registered nurse for a really long time, 30 years this year, so that's a long time of experience. I have a broad-based experience and a lot of friendship here with USF, and I have taught here in the past. I worked a decade at the bedside in critical care and med-surg. And then when I moved to Sioux Falls, I expanded my career into community, and that's basically what I've been doing since. So basically, my focus is public health nursing, anything that happens outside the walls of the hospital. I have worked for the clinic downtown. The city of Sioux Falls has a very dynamic health department. I did HIV prevention there and STD prevention there. And then I came to USF and helped develop the public health nursing corps. And you guys have you guys taken public health nursing already? Mm-hmm. Okay, great, wonderful. So what I do for Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, it's kind of a mouthful, but that is the Catholic school system in the city of Sioux Falls. We have 6 elementary schools, a junior high, and a high school. As I have historically worked for them in the past as a volunteer nurse, and that changed a couple years ago. And I wrote a contract, and I just do contract work for them. They don't have their own nurse, and so they contract me to provide the things that nurses do in the school system. I'm sure that when you did take public health, you had a chapter or a paragraph about school nursing. I do just a couple initiatives for them, and one of them is the flu shot clinic. I'm very proud that during COVID, we did a citywide record. It's Professor Hormers and I did 600 flu shots during COVID when people were not leaving their houses and very shy about vaccine. We were giving a lot of vaccines at this clinic, so it's a big deal. So if you're signed up for my clinic, it runs from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Is the date the 18th? I've been struggling on the date because it's usually the 18th Wednesday. Okay, and so your clinical is probably like 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and divided into 2 groups. I have negotiated providing lunch for everyone. If you have any dietary restrictions, you probably should just bring your own lunch. It's kind of, lunch will be provided to you. I can't make any requests regarding that. It's usually Joni John's or something like that. And they usually give us a fair amount of variety. We're going to be giving shots to kids. And this is all voluntary. So what you're getting in on is something that I enjoy more than the shots that are required to go to school. We won't have any of the disagreements about vaccination because all the people coming to my clinic want a flu shot. That being said, children do not usually want to get shots, okay? I am not a peds nurse. I am a public health nurse. So I take a different approach, and students have been somewhat sensitive about my approach in the past because if you come to my flu shot clinic for a flu shot, you're getting a flu shot. I don't take a lot of time. I definitely want it to feel safe for children. That is my goal. However, if I have a screaming, crying child, my goal is to get that shot and get that kid out of there, okay? Because this is being done in a cafeteria. So it'll be in the Bishop O'Gorman High School cafeteria. And I like the cafeteria because it's wide open space. I have tables. We'll be setting up our own clinic. I have partners in the city, so this clinic is not just me, okay? I orchestrate it, I run it, and I have for about a decade. However, I use the city of Sioux Falls, procures the flu vaccine for us. It will come in individually wrapped flu vaccines, so we won't be drawing a vaccine. We'll just affix the needle that we need to that shot and go ahead and give it. I will be doing a refresher with each group that comes in. So has anybody not done an IM injection on a real person? Okay, good. So you'll get an opportunity. You could give me my shot. I do get, we can't do flu shots on students. They probably have already required to have their flu shots. But this is strictly for children because this is federally procured for children. It's part of the Vaccine for Children initiative. So adults will ask for shots. They do every year, but it wouldn't be legal or ethical for me to give these flu shots to adults, okay? However, volunteers and nurses that are giving shots can get these shots, okay? So I will be getting my flu shot, and I usually just allow a student that's never given one to give one to me, okay? We always give IM injections for flu vaccine. It's an inactivated flu vaccine. I'll have a booklet on each table where you can review the vaccine process. I have a really good infographic from the CDC on the proper way to restrain a child to give them a flu shot. Hopefully we won't be doing a lot of restraining, but we often do. I'm looking at getting some stickers. I really need to provide candy. A lot of the other nurses bring candy for kids. I don't know, we just have so much candy everywhere we go. I don't know if we should associate shots with candy. But it's having some little reward. Distraction is good with children, so if you can help each other distract a child while they get the shot, that's good. Giving them a choice about what arm is good. I'm really proud of this vaccine clinic. I am a parent in this setting, so I have 3 children in the Catholic school setting, and I may have some of my children's friends helping us for Christian service hours. All kids in high school have to do Christian service hours at our school, and I am hopefully going to be able to get some dispensation for that. I have a freshman, a senior, and then I have a 9-year-old. So I will leave for about a half hour during the clinic, and I will have another volunteer nurse just overseeing the clinic. The city of Sioux Falls is bringing the vaccine. They will be responsible for storing the vaccine and monitoring the temperature, making sure we're keeping our vaccine safe. You guys will have clinical faculty. Clinical faculty will be responsible for you, and I'm responsible for everything else. If you have a question, let me know. I'm going to write my name on the board here. My name is, mostly I go by Emily Glott, but I'm changing it to Emily Peipel Glott. That's my maiden name. This is my cell phone number, and Brian, you can post that if you want. If you get lost or you're running late, you can call me, okay? Always feel free to do that. If you have a question about anything, let me know. I think this clinical is full with a waiting list, so that kind of makes me feel like really happy about that. This is a busy clinic, and what I love about it is like you're just going to get so much confidence giving shots. And for me as a nurse, as a brand new nurse, I remember I was afloat, and I did pre-op holding. I started IVs from about 4:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. for a whole summer. And I could start an IV on anyone. I would have loved to have had that experience a couple years before I had it. Same with shots. Giving a shot after shot after shot just kind of gets rid of the jitters and the kind of visceral feeling that you feel about giving a child a shot. It will ease that for you. It will make your practice better. I want you to also say what I always love to tell nursing students, one last plug into nursing school, is that nursing school is hard. I really appreciate you signing up for my clinical. I have a lot of gratefulness and gratitude for you for coming. And I know this was probably optional, but it's a really good clinical. I do expect you to show up professionally on time. I expect you to be in your USF scrubs. I expect you to have your name tag and follow all of the uniform requirements for USF. Scrubs are good. Scrubs are not my favorite in public health. When I worked as a nurse in public health on the streets of Sioux Falls, I wore khakis and a black shirt. I didn't wear scrubs. I felt like it was a little intimidating to my clientele, and I think it can be intimidating to children. But scrubs are just the only way we can go to see who's who. And I know who is a student, who is faculty, who is a volunteer. So I do appreciate you wearing your scrubs, and there's nothing easier than throwing scrubs on. So right now I work as a. You have a question?
They do have purple T-shirts. If you prefer them to wear that.
Oh, that's be so much more comfortable. I don't know. I guess.
This is your clinic. I'll let you choose.
Well, do you guys like wearing T-shirts over the top of wearing scrubs? The thing about T-shirts is they don't have pockets. I prefer the T-shirts. Okay, I'm going to let you make that decision. What's your name? V. I'm going to let V say that T-shirts are more comfortable than the kind of top. I have a scrub top that feels like tight to my shoulders. They're very fitted. From USF, because I am a clinical faculty and have been adjunct here in the past. So I think the T-shirts are a great idea. And what do you guys wear those with?
Jeans
Jeans.
is what they wear, but
Okay.
they can, your clinic, your
Yeah,
rules.
yeah. How about USF t-shirts and jeans? No leggings, please, with t-shirts. How about that? The kids at this school have a uniform policy and they're not allowed to wear leggings. And their uniform policy, I think, is very relaxed. They wear khakis and t-shirts. This is a day off school for our kids. So Catholic schools will have a district-wide day off school. That's why I do the clinic for this day for conferences. So, you know, in the Catholic tradition, some of these families are really, really big. Some people are going to roll in with 5 or 6 kids. You're not just going to be doing immunizations. You might be also helping a struggling mom sign up everybody on the thing. If a kid rolls in and they have a signed consent form from their parent, if their parent isn't here, you need to let me know before you give them a shot, because I don't really like the practice of sending kids with signed consents and not having a parent or an adult there. In this scenario, I realize that it makes it easier for the parent. But I know these parents. You're going to notice that I know most of these families. They're my families, and while I really respect and I'm grateful that you are willing to sign up for this clinical, I also expect you to take good care of my kids. So it's my school. I'm their nurse, and I want to have professional, well prepared nursing students. And I know that I will. I know I can count on you for that. And also, you all represent me as well. Everyone that I work with at Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School knows that I taught here. I helped create the public health program, and some of that, there's still some remnants of my work here today. And so I want you to make yourself proud and make me proud and make Professor Werner's proud by your presence there. I can't wait to work with you. I love nursing students. One thing I want to tell you about nursing school is that nursing school is harder than real life. When I was in nursing school, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so hard. And, you know, I was getting A's. I was the president of my class. I'm sure I looked like I had it together, but I was terrified of being a nurse. And I will tell you that being a nurse is easier than being a nursing student. I promise you, okay? So take heart. There's a better day coming. Did you feel that way?
Some days.
Yeah.
There's some days I walk out and was like, oh, I was not prepared.
Right. But it's like you had to be, so you made it work. So I'm so excited about this clinical. I just love it every year. It's a great time for me to interact with my school and with students. So I am adjunct here. I work on contract for Bishop O'Gorman. I also work online with telepresence. I'm a triage nurse from home. So I work evenings. So this morning, getting out of bed after I worked until about 11:30 last night, I didn't love it, but I know you guys have probably been here since very early this morning, so I respect that. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Documentation.
Okay.
Is the city going to do all the entering it into the state?
Yes, thank you for that. Documentation is so important in everything that we do. I have pre-populated consent forms. They're hot off the press. The copies are just made. Everyone that comes to our clinic is going to fill out a consent form, and the lot number. So what's important when getting a vaccine? We need to know the lot number. We need to know the expiration date. We're only doing flu vaccine, okay? And that's sort of by design. We have some sensitivity in our school about vaccines, especially with our new bishop. Respectfully, him and I have some disagreement on the proper use of vaccine. And we have had some good discourse about that. So we're just keeping it simple and just doing flu vaccine. So we don't have to worry about, hey, what shot are we giving? We're following the 5 drug rates still. Every time you pick up a shot, every time you give somebody a medicine, are you going to take my word for it that it's all flu vaccine? No. Every time you're going to check, you're going to make sure that the lot number and the expiration date match what you're giving. But in a perfect world, they're going to show up with consent forms that are exactly that lot and an expiration date. And if we run out of vaccine, I can get more. And in that case, then we'll have to write in lot numbers and consent. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, one type of vaccine. I love vaccine that have stickers. So The vaccine that we gave last year, I also work a little bit for Hy-Vee because I contract with them to get vaccine for the employees at Bishop O'Gorman. They bought vaccines that had stickers on them. I could just take the sticker off and put it on there. This is not electronic health record like you're used to. This is a little bit like old-fashioned my day of nursing where everything is paper. So then the vaccine form is going to go to B. She's going to confirm the name and date of birth of the child. She's going to confirm that what she's giving is actually what's on the form. She's going to sign it. I'm going to co-sign it, or your clinical faculty are. And then that form will go to a team of people who are coming with the city to input all of that data into the state website. The state website is new. I've heard it's a real bear and it's really hard to use. And I heard that from people who usually think everything is easy. You know, people like me who are optimistic and think, oh, this is going to be great. But it's really, really hard. So we're going to let the city IT people help us input that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about with the state database? Vaccines are all now kept in a state database and can be accessed anywhere. That's a big public health improvement. However, people can opt out of that. Okay, they don't have to have their personal data uploaded into the state database, and they do have a choice about that. And we're going to have people that decline on that often. Okay, in this group of people. Any other questions? Did that answer your question? So people will come in the clinic, into the cafeteria. I'll have tables set up as they walk in with consent forms and pens. They'll sign up their kids, and then I'll have probably 3 tables along the side. The thing that I wish I had, that you guys have, I wish I had screens, because kids are getting shots up against an open window, and there's no privacy. So we get a lot of teenage girls that come in, and maybe they'll come in their volleyball uniform and whatever, but sometimes...
You borrow.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do that. I want one of those. I'm trying to grant money. So then when you have a young girl that has to not only lift up her sweatshirt and take her arm out, she might not have anything on underneath that. I want to provide her privacy. The other thing is if the barriers don't work out, we can take a kid back into the kitchen area, and that's totally private. I just feel a little weird taking kids back there, you know. It feels a little scary. Teenagers are, ever since COVID, you know, there's a new sensitivity about vaccines. I've never had a reaction to a flu vaccine, knock on wood. Is this wood? There's gotta be wood. I'll knock on wood on my way out the door, okay? However, I will have an emergency kit and I will explain to you how to use it. It'll be basically an EpiPen, which is pretty like fail-safe. You just, does everybody see an EpiPen? Yeah. So I'll have an EpiPen, I'll have some oral Benadryl, and we're working on getting an IM Benadryl shot as well. I always recommend after a flu vaccine that, you know, I haven't looked at the literature lately. For my own personal children, if they have any vaccine discomfort, I offer them Tylenol or Advil. There was some literature that said that would decrease the, you know, the child's immunity. I don't know if that was debunked or not, but I still think comfort over that. I don't want my kids to have negative connotation about their vaccines. I want them to continue to get their vaccines. If they need a little Tylenol, that's no skin off my nose. I'm happy to do that. I do recommend, and you don't prescribe obviously anything, but you can just say, hey, Tylenol or Advil over the counter and as directed on the bottle is okay. I also say hydrate your child, drink lots of water, and move that arm, you know, get the blood flowing to that area. I've heard this year's flu shot made that. Did you guys get it? Did it make your arm sore? I have 3 children, and my one child, I have 2 big time complainers. I mean, you know, you would think they were dying if they get a splinter. But my one child that never complains really complained about the flu shot this year. So I was like, oh, it must be bad. I haven't gotten mine because I'm saving that in case anybody wants to give me one before they give one to a child. We'll have 1-inch and 5-8-inch needles. Flu shots are given in the deltoid. Mostly we can do the vastus lateralis. Okay, that's not the top of your thigh. That's that side muscle that comes along the side. I have a really good infographic on that. If we have to hold a child, that will help you. Shots hurt. Please don't tell my kids it isn't going to hurt. I very much dislike that. Oh, this isn't going to hurt. Children need to trust nurses. Let's not start lying to them right off the bat. They hurt. It's only going to hurt for a minute and you're going to be done. you've got my cell. I can send you the address of Bishop O'Gorman. Yeah, if you need that. Time, we have lunch. There's water, like refill things. I know you guys always have your water bottles where you can refill water. I'll orient you to the environment. Conferences are also going to be going on, and I have 3 children, so I'll be trying to get to everybody's conference, but there will be somebody stepping in for me every time I'm gone. So you don't have to worry about being alone. That's the other thing that one of my favorite nursing professors told me. In nursing, you'll never be alone. Okay? There's always going to be somebody you can turn to, and it's always good to figure out who those people are wherever you're at. I love your laptop with Augusta Klimt on there. It's really amazing. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have to get a sticker for my laptop now. Oh, hi, Megan. Any questions for me? Well, this is so nice. Thank you for having me, and I can't wait to see you. And forgive me for not having slides, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of slides today, and you're going to see a lot more slides. Anytime you need to reach out, what you can do, if you like, is text me and say, hey, my name is B, I'm going to be taking part in your vaccine clinic on Wednesday, I have a question, and then I'll give you a call back, okay? If you identify yourself as a USF student, that's very helpful to me because there's a lot of people that have my cell phone number. Basically all Catholic school and all of USF. So just let me know who you are, and I am going on a silent retreat this weekend, but I already told them I'm going to be looking at my phone in case students or people that need me can reach out to me. I'm just going to just break my silence for a little bit for any important matter. I'll be back Sunday, and I work Sunday evening. So I'll see you guys next week. So pleased to see all of you. I love nursing students, just so you know. Oh, this is the best profession in the world. I've gotten to do so many awesome things being a nurse. And pat yourself on the back right now for becoming a nurse. It's the right thing to do.